Good morning, America, for our viewers in the West, tracking the force of Hurricane Debby and the states of emergency. Breaking news as we come on the air. Hurricane Debby striking in Florida's Big Bend region. The Category 1 storm intensifying overnight and threatening to stall over Georgia and South Carolina with the potential for catastrophic flooding and life-threatening storm surge. Thousands of flights canceled or delayed, cruise ships rerouted. Ginger leads our team in the storm zone.
Recession imminent? What to watch for after the jobs report and the Wall Street whiplash, and what it could mean for the Federal Reserve's next move in your bottom line.
Decision time. Vice President Harris narrows down her choice for running mate. The meetings with top contenders as the new Democratic ticket gets ready to blitz the battleground state, while former President Trump stumps in Georgia, hurling personal insults at the VP and the state's Republican governor. This morning, the new poll showing how the race has transformed since President Biden dropped out.
Show of force. The U.S. sending more military assets to the Middle East with the region on edge.
Violence erupts on the streets of the UK. More than 150 people arrested in anti-immigrant protests.
RFK Jr.'s confession, the presidential candidate admitting to bringing a dead bear cub to New York's Central Park a decade ago.
Breaking news on the economy this morning, a sell-off in global markets after a new jobs report here sparked fears of a recession even as inflation is easing up. Rebecca Jarvis will explain what's going on.
But we're going to begin with Hurricane Debby making landfall just moments ago. The massive and slow-moving Category 1 storm could bring historic rain and flooding as it stalls over several states along the Atlantic coast. Our team tracking everything from the path to the evacuations and the chaos for travelers. Ginger starts us off in the storm zone in Madeira Beach, Florida. Good morning to you, Ginger.
Hey, good morning, Robin. We have been getting crushed by these outer bands, these waves from the Gulf of Mexico just rolling up and over the parking lot here at one of these beaches covered in water. The coastal flooding, a huge deal. We also want to tell you that as this storm just made landfall in Steinhatchee, Florida, so right there in the Big Bend, there are much broader impacts. So tornado watches go all the way up to Savannah this morning for these whipping winds. Hurricane warnings up to Valdosta, Georgia. This is day one of an entire week that we'll be talking about potentially historic Debby.
This morning, Hurricane Debby tearing into the Big Bend of Florida's Gulf Coast as a Category 1 hurricane. Life-threatening storm surge and inundating rains near the eye. Michael Paluska from our Tampa affiliate WFTS is in Cross City.
This is Cross City in Dixie County. We're about 20 miles from the coast, and we're now in the eye wall of Hurricane Debby. We're just now starting to see this finally come in from the southeast with all of these bands and stinging rain.
But even those outer bands dropping up to 10 inches of rain already and pushing water at the coast. Cars in Clearwater submerged.
Waters are rising.
In Fort Myers Beach, the street swallowed as far as the eye could see.
Let's see. Oh my God.
The flooding barreling into buildings. Officers driving through and firefighters wading in to make a water rescue. And a stunning rescue off the coast of Boca Grande as Debby passed by. Air crews rescued 2 boaters who were missing since Saturday. Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina all now in a state of emergency as Debby will barely crawl through the southeast.
With max sustained winds of 80 miles per hour, storm surge is still the immediate threat for the next couple of hours, and we'll be taking on water here on the southwest side of Florida all day. But I want to show you 6 to 10 feet still possible. Let's move on to what will be the biggest story throughout the week, and that is the very painstakingly slow progression of this storm. And that's why you see that path kind of broaden out and almost just sit there, making a circle all the way through Saturday morning as it becomes a depression or low again. So we'll time it out. Savannah, tonight through tomorrow morning. You stick with those bands all the way through. That's Thursday, 1:30 a.m. The onshore flow in Charleston could be devastating because if you pair coastal floods where you push the water toward the coast with 10 to 20 inches of rain, you will have history-making flooding. We could easily see state numbers surpassed in Georgia or South Carolina. We could see up to 30 inches locally. Michael will be talking about this one all week, and unfortunately, we'll be moving up the coast with it.
And we know you got us covered on that, Ginger. You'll be bringing that to us. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to go to Faith Abubey, where Hurricane Debby has already brought heavy rain with more to come. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Michael. You can see there are dozens of bucket trucks staged here, ready to respond to power outages as soon as they can. Right now, there are more than 200,000 customers across the state of Florida who have lost power because of the storm. Debby has been whipping the northwestern part of the state now for several hours, and it's expected to get worse throughout the day. Now, the ground is already saturated here, and so the deluge of water that this storm is expected to dump in this area could create concern. The concern for flash flooding and just flooding in general, significant flooding, life-threatening flooding is growing. And the risk is not just here in Florida. We're talking parts of North Carolina, parts of South Carolina and Georgia as well. Now, here in Florida, there are already evacuation orders that are in place for people who are in low-lying, flood-prone areas. We saw homeowners yesterday going to public shelters. The governor says there are about 3,000 National Guardsmen who are ready to respond as soon as they can. There are search and rescue teams that are staged all across the state as well. The governor is really impressing upon the residents here that once the storm is out, the risk is not over. They want people to take precautions even after Debby is gone. George.
I'm sure they do. Okay, Faith, thanks very much. Hurricane also causing travel problems. Thousands of flights have already been delayed or canceled. Many cruise ships are rerouting. Trevor Alt is at Newark Airport. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So this is a mess already. This morning we're at about 800 flights canceled across the country, and that number is going to keep rising as we go through the day, especially when you pair Hurricane Debby with storm systems in the Midwest and the Northeast. Just yesterday alone, there were more than 2,400 flights canceled, 9,500 flights delayed, which is a huge total. This went up and down the eastern seaboard, Miami up to Charlotte, all the way up here to New York City, even as far west as Dallas. They saw a ton of cancellations and delays, and now we're expecting that to continue to get worse as this storm system moves in. And it's not just air travel, too. On cruise liners, a lot of them have had to reroute. Some of them have had to move up or move back their departures. Even the Port of Tampa had to outright shut down on Sunday to marine traffic. So if you are planning on traveling today, especially on the eastern portion of the country, but really anywhere, because we know about the ripple effects between airports, it is a great idea to have a plan B for your travel. Robin?
That it is. Wishing safe travels for all. Trevor, thank you. Now to the stock market. Opening this morning after a rough finish last week, the Dow fell more than 600 points Friday on a weaker than expected jobs report. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is here with more. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Robin. And markets around the globe this morning are selling off. Overnight, Japan's Nikkei plunged 12%, its worst day since the 1987 Black Monday crash. Here, investors are responding to that Friday jobs market report on the jobs market, showing that employers added just 114,000 jobs in July, and that was well below the 185,000 forecast. The unemployment rate jumped to 4.3%, which is still very low, but it shows joblessness has increased more than 0.5% since January. And it's something that it just doesn't usually happen in a healthy economy. A rise like that is historically a sign that a recession is imminent. Now, on Wall Street, the selling's been very broad-based, but the tech-focused NASDAQ has been hardest hit, down more than 10% from its record high on July 10th. And you put all of this together, and it signals that a rate cut is coming, likely in September or even earlier. This Fed has been trying to balance the fact that we have seen this higher interest rates as well as higher inflation, along with trying to cool the economy off without creating an all-out recession. And George, this is an international phenomenon. This is something where around the world they are dealing with inflation, George.
They sure are. Okay, Rebecca, thanks very much. Return to the race for the White House now. Vice President Harris met with at least 3 potential running mates at her residence in Washington Sunday, expected to make her decision by tomorrow. I want to go to our senior White House correspondent, Selina Wang. Good morning, Selina.
Good morning, George. Vice President Harris today is set to formally secure the Democratic nomination. Then from there, she'll shake up this race once again. Any moment now, she's expected to announce her new running mate. This morning, Vice President Kamala Harris on the verge of choosing her running mate. Sources tell ABC News she met on Sunday with top contenders at her residence in Washington, including Arizona Senator and retired astronaut Mark Kelly, the husband of Gabby Giffords, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, a retired school teacher and 6-term congressman, and popular first-term Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a former prosecutor.
Do you expect Kamala Harris to ask you to run with her, considering all your success here, sir?
I think that's a question for the vice president.
Harris looking for a VP she can trust and crucially can help her win. Shapiro emerging as a favorite, with Pennsylvania a must-win for both campaigns. But his views prompting concern among some on the left, including Arab Americans and union leaders. Also on the short list, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Harris will announce her pick by tomorrow night when she kicks off a multi-day blitz through 7 battleground states. Her rival Donald Trump campaigning in battleground Georgia over the weekend.
If we lose Georgia, we lose the whole thing and our country goes to hell.
The former president hurling personal insults at the vice president.
She happens to be really a low IQ individual. She really does. She has a very low IQ.
But many Republicans say they want Trump to tone down the attacks, including questioning Harris's race.
Every day we're talking about her heritage and not her terrible, dangerous liberal record throughout her entire political life. Is a good day for her and a bad day for us.
And overnight, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly fueled speculation that he might withdraw from this race to be Harris's running mate. On his personal social media account, he posted that his mission is now serving Arizonans, but shortly after, he deleted that tweet. George?
And Selina, over the weekend, former President Trump also said he won't show up at the ABC debate with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, exactly. Now this debate schedule is all up in the air after this weekend. Former President Donald Trump said that he accepted a debate on Fox News on September 4th. But back in May, he already agreed to a debate on ABC News on September 10th. Now, Vice President Harris has not agreed to that Fox News debate. The Harris campaign says that Trump is running scared and trying to back out. On social media, Vice President Harris posted this, quote, "It's interesting how any time, any place becomes one specific time, one specific safe space. I'll be there on September 10th like he agreed to. I hope to see him there." George?
Okay, Selina, thanks. Let me bring in our political director, Washington Bureau Chief Rick Klein, with the latest polling on the race. And boy, we've really seen the race transformed since Kamala Harris got in.
Yeah, good morning, George. We have seen real momentum for Vice President Harris, and it is transferring into the places where the election is most likely to be decided. This is where Joe Biden stood at the day he dropped out. You see momentum for Harris in every single one of the major battleground states, including the big three, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Harris now slightly favored in the 538 polling average in all three. And as she turns to her choice for running mate, we're seeing that most Americans don't really have an opinion of any of them. But to the extent they do, we're seeing some relatively positive numbers for people, including Mark Kelly and Josh Shapiro. Shapiro, of course, although he isn't that well known nationally, very popular in his home state of Pennsylvania, which may be the most important state on the map this year. George?
Okay, Rick, thanks very much.
All right, thank you, George. And we're going to go overseas now to the Middle East, where more U.S. forces are moving into the region. This comes as Israel awaits retaliation from Iran. Foreign correspondent Tom Sufi-Burge is in Tel Aviv with the latest for us this morning. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, the U.S. bolstering air defenses in and around Israel, sending additional cruisers, destroyers and another squadron of fighter jets to this region after Iran promised to severely punish Israel for those 2 assassinations in Tehran and Beirut last week. President Biden announcing those new defensive measures for Israel on the phone to Prime Minister Netanyahu over the weekend, but the president calling their phone call very direct, saying the killing of the leader of Hamas in the Iranian capital had, quote, not helped the chances of getting a ceasefire in Gaza. A former Israeli general telling me he thinks Iran and Hezbollah will attempt a more decisive attack than that mass barrage of Iranian drones and missiles fired at Israel in April. The U.S. rallying allies. President Biden expected to talk this morning with King Abdullah of Jordan and then gather his security team in the Situation Room this afternoon. Robin?
All right, Tom, our thanks to you for your reporting. Big day for Team USA, picking up more gold medals from the golf course to the track and setting records in the water. Janae Norman. She is in Paris for us with the latest. Good morning to you, Janae.
Bonjour, Robin. The USA is cleaning up when it comes to medals, but this morning is not quite going the way that U.S. gymnastics fans were hoping for. Simone Biles and Suni Lee both falling during the balance beam competition. And then it was to the floor. Jordan Childs and Simone Biles. It was Simone Biles' final shot at bringing home gold from here in Paris, but that didn't happen. Instead, she walked away with silver. Childs taking bronze as the U.S. continues to clean up.
A golden day for Team USA, nabbing gold and breaking world records. On the track, a photo finish for the world's fastest man, Noah Lyles, coming from behind to win the gold in the men's 100-meter final. Lyles edging out Jamaica's Keishane Thompson by just 0.05 of a second. Team USA winning the event for the first time in 20 years. Noah embracing his family after his victory.
I didn't do this against a slow crowd or a field. I did this against the best of the best on the biggest stage with the biggest pressure.
Team USA's Fred Curley taking the bronze. And the U.S. making history in the pool, too. Defending 1,500-meter champ Bobby Fink taking the top spot on the podium again and in world record time. And a stellar lineup in the women's 4x100-meter medley relay final. Reagan Smith, Lily King, Gretchen Walsh, and Tori Husk taking home the gold and a new world record. And Scotty Scheffler swinging his way to an Olympic comeback, winning gold in men's golf. Scheffler tearing up during the national anthem.
I'm proud to be sitting here with the gold medal.
And an incredible finish for the U.S. in cycling. Kristen Faulkner, the Harvard grad who started cycling just 7 years ago and was a last-minute addition to the race, overtaking the field with less than 2 miles to go to bring home the first gold in the women's road race since 1984. And on the basketball court, Team USA defeating Germany. The women advancing to the quarterfinal, looking to secure their 8th consecutive gold medal.
And Noah Lyles, Mr. Walk It Like I Talk It, he will be competing in round 1 of the men's 200 meters race today. And all eyes will be on Gabby Thomas to see whether she has any close competition in the women's 200 meter. That is as world champion Shericka Jackson is not participating. Robin.
Gold medal to you today. Thank you.